Hey, RPM Tré Vietnam in this bitch. Lunchtime, which means it's fucking smoothie time, so I got my smoothie going. Got a little protein here, got a sausage and bacon breakfast wrap from the smoothie place. Real good, real light. It's definitely geared towards portion control because the little breakfast wrap is small, it's not even that big, and that's good. Fill up the rest of the way with this fruit smoothie. I'm trying to be a little healthy. Get what it is that I need for what I got going on. I need the fruit intake. Little carbs ain't gonna kill you. And then I need the protein for my little workouts and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna eat what it is that I need. I heard somebody say this before and it makes total sense, but I heard somebody say, think about every bite of food that you take because every bite is either gonna help you or hurt you. And they say when you know better, you do better. So when you know these things, especially if you can keep it in the forefront of your mind when you're making choices about food, man, you should be able to guilt yourself into healthier choices. I got to work on that for myself. It always serves as a therapy session whenever I talk to y'all. That's why I really appreciate this shit. I feel like I'm getting great benefit out of this about what it is that I'm doing. I feel like I'm serving my life's purpose by trying to be this gun rights activist. I truly mean that I think certain things in life start calling you to answer your duty in life, I think. Sometimes it's real simple, sometimes it's complicated, but I think this is what I'm supposed to do. I've been fascinated with guns since I was little, so it all just seems to work with who it is that I am. And I like that. But I got to do better at being whatever that means to me. I love the therapy kind of a vibe that I get out of doing this. Whoa, hey. Lost my phone here. I guess I had it barely propped up in this little clip here. So then one little false move and boom, there it goes. But yeah, it feels good to just... to do whatever it is that I'm doing through this phone when I do this with y'all. And I recommend everybody do this. Get you a YouTube channel or something. Go talk to a therapist. Have deep, intentional, wide open conversations with people that you know, love, trust, respect. And stop having shallow conversations and interactions with people. That's a damn shame that people use the internet for all of the bullshit that they do when we have a golden opportunity right now. A platinum opportunity right now to express the sweetest parts of who you are, to see if it's worth taking that and embracing it and creating a stockpile of positive interactions between you and other human beings. You have an opportunity to do that with this internet shit. So when people use it to troll and do other shit, I'm be like, man, you could have said anything in the world to me, man. That's what you chose to say to me. You are a fucking psycho, bruh. So haters always get the laugh from me. I think y'all are silly. As soon as you hate on a motherfucker like me, I think what you are definitely doing right away is expressing your level of intelligence and how well you grab a hold of opportunities like this to make something positive out of it. Anybody who makes something negative out of the internet all the damn time, I think you crazy, man. I think you fucked it up, man. You should have been trying to avoid what it is that you claim to hate so much, and then build on who you are that you think is a better, healthier, smarter, more sensible, logical, loving perspective on whatever topic that you think you have to offer, and then go magnify yourself. It was, like I say, it will serve as therapy for yourself. You can bond with other people. If the internet can offer that at all, like, to not reach for that would be insane. So that you recognize that it has that opportunity, now you got to reach for it, or else you are dropping the ball, not doing what could have been done to benefit you, yourself, and other people, man. I like the internet though, because it does show you who people are, and with opportunities like this to be wasted on trolling, the threatening shit, and intentional misinformation, shit like that. Yo, how that work? My sound better? Damn, what's really good? Talk about the fucking universe speaking to me and shit. What you trying to say right now, universe? Sometimes this little phone clip is weird like that though, cause like other times I feel like I can see my phone inside of it well. Then other times it's like it doesn't fit. When I know goddamn fucking well it fits. Oh, it's football season. Yeah, it is. What up, Rick James, LAF, Angel, Mike Cool? What up? My usual suspects. A pig's daughter. What up? But yeah, let me make an opportunity to directly and specifically do some quick introspective thought that's intended to spread out to you guys so that you would do the same for positive reasons, man. Do the introspective work on yourself. Do the shadow work on yourself. If there's anything about you that seems to be dark and that you hide from yourself and other people in the world because society sees it in a bad way, you don't know how to express or properly manage whatever these feelings are. If you feel like a sexual deviant in ways and you like freaky deaky shit, and you hiding that shit, and it's making you feel like you're betraying yourself or cheating yourself or whatever, find some safe, sensible way to be that, and then be real free to just be there, even though like in, you know, freaky deaky shit. Maybe you like to be tied up, maybe you like a little bit of pain, maybe you like more than one person in there at a time. Whatever the fuck it is, your weird shit that you got going on, find some way to sensibly be who you really are, and then be that, or else that shit will eat you up inside. So, you know, ponder your own existence of who you really are, and then try to find a way to express yourself in a way that that can be accepted or can be respected and left alone. I, like a lot of people who grew up the way I grew up, a lot of men in the world today in general, a lot of men in the world 200, 300, 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, you might have found great use in feeling the way I have found myself to feel throughout my life from time to time. And that is this desire not to be violent, but it's like I feel like I somehow intuitively I recognize that violence has its place. And then I go, well, but I can't be that though, because that's bad. And then I find myself feeling trapped, feeling like a coward and not even knowing where it's coming from. Things like that, you know, in my young adult life, teenage years, you know, adolescence and shit like that. And I think it's just a preponderance of different elements of me growing up watching my mom be beat up by abusive boyfriends, being picked on as a kid for random things, little things, and all kids go through a little something. But when you pair a guy like me, a kid like me at the time, with a dominant personality inside of a child who's being abused at home, inside a state of poverty and dysfunction, what you're going to get is a kid that thinks it's fun to bully, and on one end, and then the other kid on the other end, like me, a kid that is trying to justify fighting back, and the justification is going to bring a fight out of me where I will be smiling while I'm kicking the shit out of the bully, which has happened to me in my life. Because then I finally stand up when he didn't think that I had it in me to stand up, and the whole time I'm thinking, ain't I supposed to justify this sense of violence? You can't just throw it out there all willy-nilly, right? So I always held back from defending myself against a bully at first, because I always felt like I didn't feel the justification. And even in the idea of self-defense, should not be justified, and should it be clear? Should it not be very clear? But when I did go, I fucking went, bro. Bullies, anybody that ever bullied me either grew to respect me or I forced them to once I stood up to them and then accepted the fight, and then I overdid their ass, and then they go, wow. It's one of those heroic stories that you still see from time to time with these cameras out here. You can catch it live and in living color, because I've seen some videos of, kids turning kids, and some kids recording this shit in the schoolyard or in the lunchroom, cafeteria, or some shit like that. And then the kid being bullied does something amazing, that he fights the bully back and he fucking wins good. We've all seen it. Thank you to YouTube and IG and all that other shit. These cameras got that shit out here. You can really see the world for what it really is, good or bad, with all these cameras out here. They created a surveillance state, and they got you to be proud to hold the camera, and that's weird. We can talk about that some other time. But yeah, man, I think it's a beautiful thing when you search back to who you are and what your family life mixed with your external environment, mixed with whatever genetic influences that you might have involved there, and then mixed with your own intent. Once you become self-aware, then you start intentionally rejecting or accepting different parts of the world to adopt as part of yourself. When you do all of that and you can recognize where it comes from, you got to make sure that the shadow you, whatever it is that you've been suppressing, hiding, ashamed of, or misplacing that energy throughout your life, if you've done that, go back and look to see what that is, and then try to place that shit. Because if you a freak, maybe you need to marry a guy and just accept it and wholeheartedly and allow him to fucking bask in it, that maybe you might be the reason why there's another woman in the bedroom for a threesome from time to time, because you're freaky deaky and you like this shit and there's something about it and you don't want to hide it anymore. Go get you a husband and freak and be his fucking little peace star. Like, go do that or whatever. And if you feel like this urge, there's some way, somehow, for some reason, you feel like hurting people for a good reason, sounds like a good idea to you, maybe you a superhero, bro. Maybe you should have been this honorable cop that we all looking for. Maybe you should be the military army soldier or Marine who finds himself in a foreign country fighting for what you think is right, and you've accepted the idea that you might die there, and part of you doesn't even really give a fuck. You can't care, and the fear that you cannot overcome, you pair that fear that remains with training, a plan, some moral justification if you can find it. You counter all of the fear with that, and then you say, I see the fear, man, but I got all of this other shit with me, man. I got to do this. And then you be who you are. But find that shadow self, who it is that you naturally want to be, that society told you not to be, and then find a good way to be that. And I appreciate my life and what I got going on, that I was wise enough to discover this shit and try to find it and try to utilize it, because I grew up around some tough guys that did some tough guy shit. A little bit of gang banging here and there. Niggas was doing shit. There was some drug dealing and shit going on. We grew up with kids, especially some of the ones that were older than us, that set this example right in front of us. If you were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years older than us, we thought you was the big homies on the block. Some of these guys grew up being friends and they end up killing each other and all type of shit. These are stories from my fucking childhood, and when we saw that growing up, that made us feel like something. You know, especially when it hit close to home from time to time, like it did. You start accepting the idea that you might need violence to save your fucking life, and all of a sudden, some violence sounds like there's a necessity here. It's not just black and white with the idea of violence, that you refrain from it. Sometimes you might need it as a tool, and the world is just that way. You have to accept this. And growing up and trying to accept that shit, I went, okay, what do I got? And what I realized, I've been fighting all my life to stand up to bullies, and then finding that courage and finding success in it, and then becoming the big brother that I was to all of my siblings. I'm the oldest of my mom's 4 kids. I very often played that, I'm gonna tell my big brother, and then I show up and then I stop all that bully shit. Man, I did that shit my whole fucking life, man. And it started with me myself, man, learning how to do that for myself. And it doesn't surprise me at all that I would come out here, and everything that made me fall into this gun rights activism, that I would come out here like big bro to say, man, who out here picking on my brother, man? Who out here picking on my little sister? I know we're supposed to be sweet and we're supposed to exercise some diplomacy, but I don't think that shit work with y'all. And I'm ready to fight one of you motherfuckers out here. I'll fight all y'all about my sister, bro. Like, that's what I feel like I'm out here doing with this gun shit, man. And I think that I'm supposed to. And I think I'm supposed to be proud of it. I think I'm supposed to be extra aggressive in the defense. I think I'm not supposed to care what nobody think about me. Because I already know that I'm right, bro. Everything I do is a defensive move, man. This is all defense. This is all for the little guy, bro. This is all for people who feel like they're being bullied, and you find yourself in a position where like you're trying to go along to get along because you don't know what to do about the bully. The bully's too big. What you gonna do? Fight him just to die? You don't want to die? Like all of that shit. I'm here to be everything that y'all not bringing to the table. When you can at least recognize what it is that we got going on, and you find yourself feeling hopeless, man, I'll be the hope for you. And I don't know how much hope I can really be, because I honestly I feel like we have been subdued beyond recovery. I don't think we're gonna recover from this tyrannical government that we're in, because people still have faith in it. When I can already see clearly that this form of government can only lead to a dictatorship. It will always walk itself right in that direction. So I don't have to wait for the an obvious and overt admitted dictatorship to take over for me to think that we have a dictatorship. I know that's what it is that we have, and they so overzealous that to me it's plain to see that this country has looked like it's being run by one mind moving in one direction for the past 50 fucking years. It all looks like one dude's ideas to me. It does. And then y'all think that it's different, but it's obvious that it's not different. It does appear to be all the same, but then they use the social shit to help form division and prejudices between us all, so that when all of this thing seems to move in the name of the people and they line, this shit is not moving in this way for us. It's for somebody else. But they want you to think that, because they've convinced you that two terms in a row, y'all gave this nigga the max when y'all gave Obama the presidency, and then the next thing this country did was voted in the most racist white president that we've seen in decades. I don't fucking believe y'all. But when y'all give into the racial divide like they want you to, you will see in your eyes plain as day that there's some division going on, and that the country did one thing and then did the other, and that the voting process and the whole election process is where all of that manifests, and that's where we need to go to fix it, and we have hope. All of that shit is a fucking mind game on y'all, bro. This is one world order fucking motion that I see, and I've always felt like that about this shit. This is one motion, one movement. But the racial divide got y'all thinking that these are two different forces operating together. This black versus white racial tension thing in this country is exhibiting a tug of war inside the political game in front of y'all. That's not what I see at all. I see an attempt to make this country more like the rest of the fucking world, because you can see that the things that make us different from the rest of the world are the things that are wholeheartedly being attacked by them unfairly, and they overdoing it, and they making themselves look like monsters to try to do this. At the same time, they can get y'all to hold your faith that their processes is what's going to free you from their grip, and that's dumb. You're never going to be freed by government through a government process. Not if they want to enslave you. Now, do they want to enslave you? Ask yourself if they do. Look at the money, look at the military, look at the shit that they get us into. Is this not child endangerment for them to claim to be protectors and guardians of our freedom, liberties, and life, and all of this other shit? But then government business that's fucking classified, that they think that they are above you when they take these positions. How is all of that sounding like the story that they've been giving you, when conflict that they have with other governments can get us into nuclear conflict where you're going to be the casualty? Why are y'all okay with this? What? Why are y'all okay with this? Why are you okay with it? Ask yourself that. Because I just described some accurate shit that you can't tell me, that's not how the world works. Yeah, it is. Now shut your ass up, inside and out. Don't talk to me. Don't even talk to yourself with everything that you have to try to discount what I'm saying. Fuck that. Shut up, inside and out, and ask yourself, why you accept the fact that government can get you into a nuclear conflict where you don't even know what's going on, you don't know the names of these people, and you can't stop it. Not even with your magical vote you can't stop it, and you know it. Shut up. Fuck. Y'all are weird, strange, pussies, liars, lying to me, lying to your kids, lying to yourself. You're not going to fix it with a vote, and you know it. And if you can, then fucking say it right now. If you can't say it to me or yourself right now with a straight face, then work on making the world better for your kids, so that these questions and these pains can be a lighter load for your kids to bear. Y'all are retarded. Tired of all the fucking lies and stuff. They lie right to your face. Shout out to Gematria Effect News 25, exposing the biggest, sickest, most ritualistic, calculated lie, because every conspiracy theory or lie is being told to you through gematria. It is a fucking blanket of uniformity in what it is that they have going on. And you can break it down underneath to see all of the little things. And when they put all of those conspiracy theories together, in big pharma, the police state that they're creating in this fucking country, the immigration shit, what they got going on, the votes, and the fucking election process, it's a selection process. They're picking these people, and I fucking know it because it looks too much like it for me to not just call it that. Even if I ain't got all of the fucking proof, I don't need that. Just like a homicide detective don't need all of the fucking proof to charge you with a murder. They gonna charge you if it look like it, bro. We gonna figure it out. But they're not gonna let you walk away. You better not look too much like it. They got a certain threshold, bro. And after that, they go, you might be innocent still. Being charged is not being guilty, but you are being charged because it's enough that you got our heads fucked up about what you might have done here. You're arrested. Suspicion of murder. This is what the crime scene investigator does, bro. And that's what I'm doing to them. It looked too much like this stuff for me to let them go. Because I can't let it go by me if this shit is actually true. And Gematria lays a blanket over all the other conspiracy theories to confirm that, yes, you're right, and it is connected to these other things, and it all is a uniform plan to enslave the world, because they got to do it ritualistically. Just like you ritualistically get your ass up and go to work, salute that fucking flag. Now you got your kids doing it in the schools with this fucking Pledge of Allegiance. Do they even still do that? I got to ask them, bro, if they still doing that. Bro, I don't even know no more. You go to church and you pray to Jesus. You might go to confession or your mosque or your fucking temple. Wherever the fuck you go, you will ritualistically do shit. You think the motherfuckers that control this world don't think or hope or believe or have any kind of proof of it all that their success in their endeavors to rule the world is being granted to them in favor of their God's blessings. Who are they praying to and who are they talking to when they do this shit? There's an answer. They think they talking to somebody. There's a language, Gematria, in the English language, that they're using to do ritualistic, crazy ass shit right in front of you. And y'all call it out before you even know the Gematria. You call it out because you can see it. But when you see it with the Gematria, you go, oh yeah, yeah, like that. That's what they doing. I would respect controlling the world enough to assume that the power of a God somewhere, somehow will either have to be there, or that whoever's doing this think that a God is fucking granting them the blessings to do this. And they think that they are the bloodline of Jesus and all type of shit, that they got the right to rule over us like this. And that they got to hide to keep the animals from fucking getting wild. So they'll hide and lie and pit us against each other. But they think they doing this for divine reason because God told them to do this. This is what they think, bro. And then they play God on the earth. Do it look like that at all? You see these music videos with all the satanic shit? Do it look like that at all? What I got to do, huh? Y'all already saying all the fucking answers. Piece by piece, little by little. You might think the entertainment industry and the conspiracy theories behind the satanic worship and the music and the movies, that might be your niche, and where you go, Gematria will confirm all of your shit, even if you ignore the money system, which is one of my favorite conspiracy theories. You can see the Gematria all over it. They lying, bro. And they use the money. That's the fucking, the life liquid inside of the monster is the money, bro. They make it all go around and get you in tune with their game with the money. They can enslave you without you knowing it with the money. Then they tax you. And the money don't mean nothing. And they already took all the gold. And why is the gold so important? They won't even tell you the truth of why the gold was used as the money, why the silver was used as the money. There's something magical about the science of these precious metals that they're not telling you. They're not telling you that, or else you will hang on to the gold. I love y'all, but y'all can't free yourselves because I think y'all have all of the answers already. You just got to piece it together and then call it what it is when you see the bigger picture of the pieces that you're putting together. Motherfucker, do you get it? Big picture, as much as possible, as often as possible. Stay there in the big picture. All right? RPM Tré Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang. Get a fucking gun today and stop being the bitch that you claim that you're not, but you actually look like you are. Stop being that shit for real. Go to the mirror today and say, I'm not going to be nobody's bitch today. No one's going to fucking lie to me, especially not while they're hijacking my soul's energy to the degree that I can't even ponder my own existence in peace and in clarity with full disclosure. I can't even do that. My soul's journey is being inhibited. Why are you not offended by that? That shit pisses me off, bro. It makes me fucking not care about my own death. I don't care. Y'all already fucked it up, bro. What would it ever mean anyway for me to die where? In your army? Never. 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 Die what? Trying to help you enslave my people out here? With citations and shit? So I can be a cop feeling like I'm doing the right thing? How many fucking citations have you written in your career? What's the dollar amount on the citations in the 25, 30-year police career as law enforcement? Now, how many bullets had you taken that were intended for other people, but you stood in front of those bullets instead? How many of those? Count them. Count the money, then count the bullets that you stood in front of. Motherfucker, you a slave driver. I ain't gonna die there. Ha! Never gonna be there. Just like I'm never gonna die in a fucking zoo being eaten by a lion, because I'm never gonna jump the fucking fence. You understand? I stay out of your bullshit. I'm never gonna die and have y'all bring my mom a fucking folded flag because I died for my country. Not like that. Not like that. Fuck y'all. Lying to the bravest of us. To get on the PTSD, and you won't fucking admit that what it is that you put people through does this to the fucking human mind, and then you turn your backs on them. Fuck you for lying. Vietnam, man, stop playing with me. Wu Bang, get a gun today and stop letting them lie to you.